The real reason you're inconsistent in the gym. So do you find yourself where you keep stopping, you can't find a nice flow with your workouts? I got 5 reasons that this is probably happening. So make sure you listen to all of them, watch the video to the end, and see if any of these resonate with you. And I'm also talking about how you can correct these, all right, as I go through them. So the first reason that you lack consistency is because you don't have a why. What I mean is you don't have a reason as to why you are really even trying to work out. Maybe you're watching a bunch of content. Maybe you're like, oh, I know that that's something I should do. But why do you want to do it? What are you trying to achieve? What's the purpose of it? What's the drive behind it? Because once you can understand what the drive behind it is, that's going to be something that you can always go back to that'll motivate you to keep going. So it's got to be something really strong and be like, this is why I'm doing this. I want to be more capable. I want to be more functional in my day-to-day life. There's all types of reasons, but you need to get clear on that why, because that is going to be what keeps driving you, even on those days where you don't want to go, where you're feeling like giving up, you're feeling like quitting. That why is going to be the thing that keeps you going. All right. So the second reason that you're inconsistent in the gym is because you don't have a plan. Maybe you deal with this when you go to the gym. Sometimes you just feel scatterbrained, like you don't know what body part to work on, where to start. You don't know your head from your ass, really. This is something that will cause you to be more inconsistent in the gym because you'll start to dread going to the gym because you don't have an actual plan. You don't have an actual structure. So that is something that you really want to start focusing on as well, too. You want to start developing some sense of structure, some sense of routine that will counteract that inconsistency, that time where you feel like I don't feel like going because I don't even know what the hell I need to work out on. What I would also suggest is if you're this type of person, you may need like some motivation. You might need a personal trainer. You might need somebody to program and write it out for you so that they can hold you accountable, that you have a clear idea of what you need to do when you go into the gym. The third reason that you're inconsistent in the gym is because your routine either sucks or is getting stale. Okay, now this is more so for people who have already been working out for a little bit. You ever get to that point where it's like you're missing days and stuff? You've been doing the same workout for months now. You've kind of fallen into that trap where you haven't switched it up and it becomes stale. It becomes boring. It becomes monotonous. Like, man, I'm not even trying to go do that shit. I know I need to switch it up and do something else, but I got to figure that out. So that can create those inconsistencies as well. So you got to make sure that you're switching up your routine, man, switching up your rep ranges, oscillating in between strength and power and things like that so that you can keep it fresh, so that you can constantly stimulate yourself and stimulate your body in a way where it doesn't get too familiar with the same things that you're doing all the time. Because that's what's happening. Not only is your body getting used to it, but you're getting used to it too. And that's where the fun and all that kind of runs out. So make sure that you're keeping it fun, make sure you're keeping it fresh. Make sure that you're reprogramming your stuff every 6 weeks or so, that you're kind of switching up things so that you don't get too stagnant. All right, number 4 is that you're going to the gym at the wrong times. And what I mean by this is you're going at times where maybe you don't even feel like yourself. You know, your body's not warmed up enough. Maybe you haven't eaten enough, but you're trying to go to the gym at that time because maybe you got some shit to do. Maybe you got to be to work, you got a class or something you got to go teach. I don't know. So you're trying to squeeze it in. So what you want to do is you want to find a designated time to get to the gym that you can commit to, kind of like no matter what. Like I can go to the gym at this time 7 times out of 10. So you want to set a time that you can commit to so that you will be consistent in hitting that mark. Okay. So when you're trying to squeeze it in and it's not really a priority, the workout that is, it's not really a priority, you're more than likely to fall off. You're more than likely to put it on the back burner and say, all right, damn, I missed my workout. I got to make sure I get that in tomorrow. And then maybe something else comes up and you don't have that structure. So you want to make sure that you're carving out time for yourself. And this comes with time, learning how to do this. Like I'm not like a morning workout guy. I've tried to do the 5:30 a.m. workout. That shit does not work for me. You know, I feel good at 1:30. Of course, I'm at work at 1:30. I got to make it work at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. You know, and after you do this for a while, you start to adapt to the different pockets of time that you carve out for yourself, and then you start working other things around it. So it's important to find a time that works for you, something that you can commit to, something that you can be consistent to hitting. All right, fellas, if you're getting any value out of this video, please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. All right, now the fifth reason that you are inconsistent with your workouts is because your habits outside of the gym suck. That's keeping you from being consistent as well, all right? You got to start prioritizing not only going to the gym, but those other peripheral things too. For example, your diet, how you're eating. Okay, you got to start prioritizing that stuff because your nutrition is what's going to fuel you. Fuel you. If you're not eating properly, you're not going to have the desire to drive the fuel to even want to go to the gym. It's going to be a struggle. This is going to play into being inconsistent. You'll get to the gym sometimes when you can, when you've had a good meal. So you want to start to put some awareness on that, okay? Also, your sleep. You got to start prioritizing your sleep as well. You have to give yourself time to recover. And you'll learn this the more you start getting on this journey and you start working with these types of things and learning yourself. Prioritizing that sleep. It's everything, man. If you're not doing anything else, if your diet sucks, make sure you're getting good sleep. I shoot for 7.5 hours of sleep a night, but I go to bed at a decent time. I've learned how to kind of step into that frequency. It's not easy for everybody, but you can shift if you start really putting some intention and some effort into it. You can shift anything if you put your mind to it. So you might be a night owl. You might be somebody who, hangs out late. That's going to play into your sleep if you're trying to practice body game, start building a nice physique, and really start taking care of your physical well-being. You're going to have to change some things up, all right? You literally have to change who you are and your identity. Okay, so back to what I'm saying is your habits suck. So you really need to start focusing on your sleep, your nutrition, um, just becoming better with time management, things like that, man. This is going to play into allowing you to be more consistent with your workouts because now you have a plan. Now you have structure. Now you know the reason that you are even wanting to do this, which is going to keep you going and keep you purposeful. Again, if the video provided you with any value, make sure you check out my playlist on Bodygame. I'll leave it floating around on the screen somewhere, this side over here. Also, I'll leave some links for you for related content in the description box. And if the content resonated with you and you want to get better at building discipline, building consistency, learning how to get off the hamster wheel, then book a call with me. I'll leave the links for that in the description as well. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.